Hello boys and girls, and welcome to lesson 4 from chapter 1, ratio tables. A ratio table is just another tool that we're going to use to help us identify ratios. And here's a ratio table. Let's use one. Okay, refreshments. A punch recipe uses a container of soda and 3 containers of juice to make one batch of punch. I'm not sure if you guys have ever had fruit punch, but it's delicious. Unfortunately, it contains a lot of sugar, but it's a mixture of different fruits. So here we have the juice and the soda. Okay. Draw red counters to show the number of containers of soda, and draw yellow counters to show the number of containers of juice needed to make 2 batches of punch. So we're going to draw them here. So just to review, we're drawing red counters for soda and yellow counters for juice. And we need 2 batches. According to the rule at the top, we need 1 container of soda and 3 containers of juice per batch for 1 batch. So I'm going to make 2 batches. I'm going to make them just like this, one across and another one across. Okay, so I need 1 red and 3 yellows and another 1 red and 3 yellows so I can make my 2 batches. So there's my 1 batch. Okay, my first batch, I have 1 red, right, 1 soda, and 3 juices. And that makes 1 batch, but I need 2 batches. So I got to make another one. And there we have it. Okay. So how much soda and how much juice do I have here? Well, I have 2 sodas and 6 different packages of juice. So I have 2 sodas and 6 juices. And many of you know that simplified, this is just 1/3 as we have it here, 1 in 3. Okay? But this is what the ratio would be. I would need 2 packages of soda and 6 of juice so I can make my 2 batches of fruit punch. Number 2. Draw red counters to show the number of containers of soda and draw yellow counters to show the number of containers of juice. Okay, so the same as we just did. Needed to make 3 batches of punch. Now we need 3. Up here we only needed 2. Now we need 3. So as you can guess, we need 1, 2, and another one down here. And there you have it. So now we have 3 batches of soda and 9 batches of juice. And again, yes, many of you know this would be 1/3 if we simplified it just the same way we did up here. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. But we're not simplifying it, we're just simply trying to make a ratio, like a recipe, really, a recipe. So you leave it as a whole because it's a recipe at this point. Continuing on. Okay, find the ratio in simplest form of soda to juice needed for 1, 2, and 3 batches. What do you notice? As we already explained and we noticed from the question, it's 1 to 3, right? So the ratios are 1 to 3. The ratios are 1 to 3, 2 to 6, and 3 to 9, and they're all equivalent. Okay, if you double this, you double this. If you double this, you double this. You triple this, you triple this, you triple this, you triple this. They're all equivalent. Okay, star this, please. This is a key answer. Continuing to page 40. Page 40, question A. Okay, let's have a look here. A patient receives 1 liter of IV fluids every 8 hours. IV fluid is this fluid that patients get at the hospital. It's really a water solution to keep them hydrated. Okay, often that's what it is. It could be different, including different types of medicine. But this is what essentially it is, the IV. And they receive 1 liter every 8 hours. Liters, 1 time, 8 hours. Okay, that's our ratio, 1 to 8. At that rate, find how many hours it will take to receive 4 liters of fluids. So if we receive 1 in 8 hours, how many will we need in 4 hours? Remember, when it's a ratio, boys and girls, see this as a fraction. Okay, look at this as a fraction. 1 over 8. So what do we do to the top to make it a 4? Okay, we must do the same to the bottom. So just look at it as an equivalent fraction. It's equivalent, and then there's our line. What must we do to the 8? Okay, if you're thinking that it will take 32 hours, you are correct. Because in order to make the 1 into a 4, we had to multiply it by 4. 1 times 4 equals 4. So we do the same to the 8. 8 times 4, so quadruple it, is 32. Okay, to make cranberry jam, you need 12 cups of sugar for every 16 cups. So you need 12 cups of sugar for every 16 cups of cranberries. Find the amount of sugar needed for 4 cups of cranberries. So now we're going down. We're going from 16 to 4. From 16 to 4. What did I do to the 16 to make it a 4? If you're thinking divide by 4, you are correct. So we simply do the same to the 12, divided by 4. It's an equivalent fraction, boys and girls, like we learned in 5th grade. So that'll be 12 divided by 4 is 3 cups. Right? 3 cups of sugar. Right there. Okay? Go ahead and fill this centerpiece out. Let's see if you can figure that out. What number would be between the 4 and the 60 if we were to reduce, let's say, by half? Okay, reduce it by half. And remember to write the word check right here so that you remind me to check this one, that you simplified it by half and then you simplified it by half again. Okay, now we're on to page 41, question C. A child's height measures 105 centimeters. Estimate her height in inches. Oh, now we are converting. Now we are converting from centimeters to inches. So every 25 centimeters is 10 inches. That means if I double this to 50, let's say, this will be 20, correct? So what did I have to do to the 25 to make it 105? Okay, we must do the same to the 10. Okay, I'm going to walk you through this one very much like we did when we were in 5th grade. Okay, let's see. If I multiply 25 times 4, I will get 100. But then I have 1 5 extra. Well, that 1 5 is really 1/5 of this, isn't it? 5 is 1/5 of 25. So really what I'm multiplying 25 by, I have 25, this one right here, okay? I have to multiply by a number to get this. Well, I'm really multiplying it by 4, right? Sorry. Multiplying it 25 times 4 and 1/5. Why 1/5? Well, because when I multiply 25 times 1 part of 5, I'm going to get this 5. Because the 5 is 1/5 of 25, is it not? Okay, so 25 times 4 and 1/5, which, if you like, just change 1/5 to a decimal. So now you have 25 times 4 decimal 2, right? Because 1/5 is the same as 2/10, right? So it is 2 in the 10th place, correct? 2/10. So when you multiply these two together, as you already know, you're going to get 105. Well, whatever we do to the bottom, we must do to the top. So if I multiply here the 25 times 4.2, I have to do the same to the 10. 10 times 4.2, don't I? So 10 times 4.2, as many of you know, when you multiply a number by 10, it moves the decimal place over 1, will be 42. So 105 centimeters is 42 inches. I'm curious to know, now that we were able to jump from here to here, because it's really just an equivalent fraction, what do you put in here? Well, boys and girls, if you'd like, whatever you do to the top, do to the bottom. Let's say you multiply this by 2. You must multiply this by 2. If you do so, go ahead and fill it in there.